What's going on, good people? It's your boy Gaming Dad. Happy Monday to all my good people out there. Welcome back. We back at it. Let's see if I can turn some of this stuff down. My brightness on the screen is reflecting off these glasses. I bought these gamer glasses from Best Buy. They look expensive, but man, listen, the ones you get, those gunner ones, you can get those from Best Buy too. And but you know they typically sell them at GameStop, but these are way better, man. I mean, just like controlling the eye strain, because I'm in front of a computer. Shoot, probably half my day, especially on work days, and so I was having issues with my eyes were straining. So these right here, definitely help. Definitely digging them for sure. They got some kind of. I wish I could get the box. I'll let you know the name of the brand, but they're definitely pretty good. That's why good people celebrating MLK Day, Martin Luther King's birthday celebration across the nation. Another great day, but I celebrated in my own way. You know what? I look at it from the standpoint like today I had practice, and some of my parents kind of complained because I had practice on MLK Day, and so I had to remind them. Some of these parents, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. They ain't black, so I was like, this is how I celebrate it. It's without the efforts of Martin Luther King, I don't think in this community especially they would have a black coach. And I'm probably one of the first middle school black coaches, and I take in at least over 15 to 20 years plus. It might even longer than that has coached this program. So I look at it as like, you know what, I'm going to celebrate it the best way I know how by being grateful and continue to work to kind of build me a great program. So I had to just leave it at that. Some of my kids didn't show up for practice today, but then if some kids would have showed up today, you know what, they would have had the opportunity to start. I had a kid I was going to actually say, you know what, I was going to start him because I had, my team is real good. I'm not going to say real good, but behavior-wise, they're real good. But I have one kid that he got some issues going on in his life, and I'm not going to go into details, but he is very, very emotional. All right. So he went to being emotionally, out of hand because he didn't get, they caught a foul on him. And so it was his third foul, so he had to come out the game. And so, I don't play that. You come off the bench, you had these temper tantrums and upset because, you got a foul call or whatever it is. So I told him, hey, man, you got to get yourself together. And so he wasn't doing what I asked him to do. So I had to, remind him of who I was. And so he didn't like that too much. And so, but at the end of the day, I think, when you have coaches that are willing to discipline athletes, students, you know what, those are the ones that kind of really look out for those kids' future. I'm not going to babysit your kid. They're going to do what I tell them to do. Period. And if they can't do that, I tell them in a minute, hey, man, you can get yourself and go. You can quit. That's how I feel. Like, you guys got to ride. So that was my adventure these last couple of days. So I had practice this morning. These parents, some of them didn't like it. Some of them choose. They're like, we're going to celebrate the holiday. I was like, well, you go ahead and celebrate. And when that kid come off the bench, I want to hear their mouth. Like, why is he not playing more? It's like, well, he needs to be at practice so he can get better. But you know what? Some people, you can't tell that. Some people are out there just to have fun. And it's like, even middle school basketball is not rec ball. What's going on, Greta Tactics? I'm trying to get everybody on the board. Let's see. Okay, Greta. Signing like a tail, so it's a Super MJ. I'm just going to put Super MJ. We know who you are. Super MJ on the board. CMG in the building. SOC, what's going on? System on the chip. I don't know what it is. I got to stop drinking those frappes. I do this other job, man. I take these, and then my other job is always at McDonald's. It's like, they be killing me. Oh, what? Gaming Dad could go on the board, couldn't I? GD on the board. And man, they be killing me. But I'll be like, man, I be needing that frappe. So I've been getting the hookup with the free one. So it's hard to turn down a free fat pack. Especially when you a little when you're a little thirsty and a little sleepy. Let's see, okay, Super MJ, Sonic Knuckle Tail, Super MJ on the board, Girl Tactic, SOC, D1. All right. I'll go ahead and start from the top and get through these comments so we can get some discussion about the future of really a video gaming. But we're gonna look from the lens of Xbox. But D1 in the building say, hey yo, what's going on, my brother? Your boy Gaming Dad had to chime in and say, hit that like button for your boy. CMG said, what's going on, Gaming Dad? What's going on, my brother? How you doing? Super MJ. Your boy is releasing videos this week. Not a video, but videos, plural. I'm hoping to get three. I should have 3 videos out this week. 3. So be on the lookout. I did some reviews on some grips for the Steam Deck, and did some gameplay of Sifu. So, and I might even have a 4th one if I can get it edited. I just don't know about my time to get it edited. This is the final week of the regular season for middle school basketball. So I got 3 huge games against teams that beat us already. I mean, each team, they really like, I tell you, if you look at the whole region, we're probably like 4th. And the teams that are ahead of us are the teams that beat us. And so it's going to be interesting these next couple of days and see how those games play out and see that we come to the table with a better presentation. How about that? All right, who's up next to catch the flags? It's Super MJ. What is that, Super MJ? I can't make it out. CMG says Xbox got that event coming. They better bring it fast. You know what? They just got to bring some substance with some guarantees. Cause we've seen enough gameplay. A lot of these, if they have a bunch of delays, it's like, whew. You know what? I would like to hear, if not at this presentation, but definitely by E3, I want to hear and see gameplay of Perfect Dark. We forget that Perfect Dark was announced. You know what? Fable was announced, and it kind of went dark. Haven't heard anything, seen anything from that. So they got to lay those things out this year. I don't think they can go another year without saying, you know what, we're not gonna put nothing out there. I don't think they can do it. I think this is a critical year. And I to be honest, listen, I don't know how anybody else feel. And this would be a good question for the chat too. It's like, really, how do you feel about Microsoft making this taking over Activision? I like it. Because it really makes them more competitive. They have all these brands, man, but they haven't put nothing out. But I think for them in the long term, it's gonna make Xbox probably pretty competitive if they mess around and get a hold of Activision as well. I think long term they're gonna financially they're gonna be pretty good. I don't know about in the actual console race, but when it comes to dollars, if they make this acquisition, I think they're gonna be all right. But some things got to happen this year because the brand loyalty is tanking. Grill Tactic says, yo, Sonic Knuckle Tails. They say, I'm lurking in both. I hear you, my brother. D1 says, celebrating MLK Day. Yes, sir. Grill Tactic says, what if I was to tell you that I am not Grill Tactics? Rather, my true identity is Mendez Cat. Snuggles. Oh, man, goodness. Shout out to Mendez is not even in the chat. Hopefully he comes through tonight. No, he's always a good time. CMG says, oh, wow, that's crazy. SOC says, hello, y'all. Week 2 of being mod. First order of week. Banning Grid Tactics again for playing illegal Switch games on the Steam Deck. I second that motion. Coach Reed is right. I was double checking to see if. You know what? Listen, I clearly said yes. One thing I have to remind myself about middle schoolers. They don't pay attention. He said, I'm just checking to see if we have practice tomorrow. No, Ryder. No. No practice. That's the only thing about dealing with middle school kids, man. They will forget. They will forget their underwear. they, they will forget to eat, drink water on a regular basis. You gotta love them, but they water they sure enough forget. Let's see. D1 says, just get the dubs and the ship coach. You know what? Listen, um, it's funny you say that. I was talking to another coach, and their mindset is to win, but my mindset is not. I don't even. If we win, great, but to be honest, it's about the development because it's not. I mean, it's great to get middle school championships, but people like I can't tell you who won the middle school championship the last 2 years. You tend to don't forget that. You're just like, all right, we won. I was put in this position with the understanding that we got to develop some kids on a certain level, and we had to change their approach to the game. And I happen to live in an environment where basketball is like, shoot, third fiddle. I'm gonna tell you in the environment I live in right now currently. Football dominates. Then after football is wrestling. They have a strong wrestling program here, and then it's basketball. So it's not a lot of places in my community where kids can just say, I'm gonna pick up a basketball and go to the park. They just don't have that. You got a couple little spots, but you know what? If you ever been down south, you know what? It's not like, let's say, for instance, being in New York or Detroit or any form of big city. They got public transportation. You can just kind of get on the bus and grab what you want to go where you want to go. Your transportation not really limited. Down here, man, or in the area I'm in kind of almost like a rural community. It's close, like on the borderline, but it's no transportation like that. Like to really to where I'm at right now, for me to walk to the nearest gas station, it's gonna be a 2-mile walk with no sidewalks. It's like that. So I'm in a community where football dominates and basketball is not, relatively open to the public. So I run into those issues, and so kids are not growing up playing basketball. So when they get to me, I'm cheating. I got kids who only basketball experience is playing 2K. They don't understand. Their basketball IQ is really, really, really low. And so I might have a sprinkle of a couple that might have caught or watched a game or two, but they still don't they don't have it down packed. So building a culture to me is more important than winning the chip. Especially this year. This is my first year being head coach. I'm just trying to set a tone. Like, these are my expectations. This is what we're gonna do. Oh, but the good thing about it, we got a chance, man. I got a big guy, man, who is about 6'3", and that joker is about 250, and he a monster. The key is, though, is like, give my kids the confidence to get the ball to him in the paint. I know you didn't come to hear about basketball, but I can talk about that all day. CMG says, that how it has to be that way. Absolutely. And watch they come running back. Yeah, listen, they always do. They come back, and you know what? I got a kid, man. I know, I'm sorry, this is basketball, but I had a kid, man, who was pretty good, man. Pretty big guy, another big kid I had. But you know what? He was like, if he was like, he wanted to play, and then I'll have this big tail run. He didn't like that, so he found some way to quit and go do wrestling. I was cool with that. And then he came back. He was like, all right, Coach Reed, man, I'm sorry. You know what? I said, all right, bet. You still got to run every day. You get 5 suicides every day after practice if you want to play. So he did it for a minute, and then he hurt his little finger and during practice, and then kind of vanished on him. So, we just keep pushing along. These kids, man, their parents, they allow them to do so much. It's banning career tactics. That's so funny. Oh, man. Don't ban my boy Gorilla Tactics. He said, pirate or paid, we are all gamers here at SOC. Stop being a hater. With your broke A. You buy too many games. Okay, that was the emo. Okay, I couldn't see it, though, on my screen. I wish I could have seen it. Steve M, what's going on? Said, man, I got used to streams being on Tuesday. I almost missed it. My brother, my bad. You know what? Listen, I'm fluctuating from back and forth. I would like to get into a position where I can stream more, but that's just so. it's kind of tough. But you never know, man, what's going on in the new year. Things, Steve, let me get you on the board, Steve. Trying to make it happen. That's all I can say. Ruben, what's going on, guy? Ruben in the building. Get you on the board while I'm sitting here typing. So, Super MJ says, used as a but meaning lurking. Okay, I got you. You got the I see it clear on this one here. My son loves that game. Ruben said, "What's up to everybody?" CT in the building. What's on, CT? Steve M says, "I hope the Xbox Developer Direct shows us more of the game devs making the games. Nintendo, Sony presentation are mostly just executives talking." You know what? I think if anybody that really, I think we all can agree, like Xbox really, really, really needs to. They need one out the park. They need one that people can start talking about and say, and getting their minds together and preparing for what's ahead of them. Right now, it's like, man, it's like I'm rooting for you, Xbox, but you ain't showing me nothing. Like, Xbox is like the kid that kind of goes out there, and you're like, man, listen, I hope you make this shot, and he throwing the bricks, right? Bang, bang, like, and you trying to hold out now. You holding tight and trying to keep him in the game. Like, man, I see his parents in the stands, so I want to keep him in the game, give him a little bit more play time before I yank that tail up out of there. But that's what Xbox is right now. CT, what's going on, man? Let me get you on the board. Hold on real quick. Give me that. All right, CT on the board. So yeah, man, I'm pulling for Xbox, but man, you listen, they gotta do something. CT says Chi-Town watching. Represent, man. How cold is this in Chi-Town right now? What's the weather like? Every time I talk to my people, man, they be like, man, you crazy for missing the snow. I said, man, I do. I miss the snow, man. I'm not going in front. I wish we get a snow day down here in Georgia so they can shut the whole city down. I can just stay at home and at work and just play games and drink hot cocoa. Ruben says, have you started making plans for the Super Mario Land trip yet? We have. I'm just waiting on thank the SOC. I went ahead and registered for E3. Now I'm just waiting for my confirmation. As soon as my confirmation comes through, then I'll start the actual planning to make it happen. But I'm definitely going. Especially if my E3 credentials get accepted. It got accepted last time, so I wouldn't see why it wouldn't get accepted this time. But it's a new company running it. So I don't know. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed and hoping and praying they say accepted. And then I'll be out that bad boy. I'm gonna be making content on top of content. But yep, that's the plan. See, Gritty Tech says, I hate Microsoft buying Activision. Sure, it makes Microsoft competitive, but it puts a monopoly on the gaming industry. Too many devs in the AAA space owned by one publisher. You have a point. You do have a point. But I look at it like this here. Currently, I ain't saying that Microsoft can't make this jump, but currently they have a lot of how can I say it? Companies underneath them, but they don't have any. They haven't produced anything. That's my issue. It's like they haven't really produced anything. It's like, you know what other game do they have currently that's like, oh man, because I'm looking at like Halo, like their biggest franchises, like they don't have that franchise game that you like, oh man, look, I'm dying to play this. They don't have that. And so until they get to that standpoint, it's gonna be an issue. I like the fact that if Sony was smart, Sony would say, you know what? We got a bunch of IP that we just need to unearth. And they got some first person shooters, man, that will be like legit and be super good and good on their platform. And you know what, like Xbox just doesn't have like killer first party IPs. Like they got the titles, but they don't have the games to match it on their current system. So I'm rooting for Xbox to get it, and then I want to see how it pans out between them and Sony. You think Xbox would really say, you know what, man, Call of Duty is only on Xbox? I don't think they would do that, but it's gonna be funny to say day one Game Pass compared to $70 on the PlayStation. To me that's the sale. It's like, ooh. Do you think it would be a mad exodus from PlayStation to Xbox for Call of Duty? It would be for me. Steve M says, College of Charleston's basketball on a big winning streak. Are they? I need to check that out. Is College of Charleston a D1 school? Be one of them surprise teams that pop up in the tournament. D1 says football always dominates. That's American. You know what, man? I disagree, man. Like, well, not always. I would tell you, like, up north in Michigan, basketball dominates. It's a Michigan is more it's more basketball than it is football. Football has its niche, but I mean, if you want the city to come out, the city is gonna come out for basketball games, and it don't matter who playing. I just remember being as a kid going to see Chris Webber play Jalen Rose. I mean, I watched those games. I went to those games. It's a bunch of those games was like, oh my goodness. And you know what? And this was before AAU when high school basketball was like the deal. It ain't like that no more, but still, it's a good time. But yeah, up north though, I mean, that football don't dominate like it does down here in the South. Steve Evans said transportation here in South Carolina sucks too. I am without my car for at least a week and a half. Got to mind until the timing chain can be replaced, and it's several miles walk to the grocery store and gas station. But it's time to invest in a bike. I would be on. Listen, that was me. I'd be on that bike. Like I'm not walking 2-3 miles. But that's crazy though, man. Listen, be safe out there, my brother. Be safe. CMG says, trust me, I can all day talking about basketball. I was supposed to be at the MLK basketball tournament today. Yeah, man, it's nothing like I can't even watch the NBA no more. I don't even watch. I don't like watching the NBA. I don't even like watching the NFL. I watch college football and college basketball, but the pro sports, once gambling got involved, man, I was like, nah. They're gonna find some way to rig a bunch of stuff, and so I just think some of that stuff is just rigged. I'm just saying. Chris says, all right, CMG, let's talk about your Knicks losing to the Raptors at Madison Square Garden. D1 said, that's so funny. D1 says, it'd be nice if someone started a reality show like Discovery Channel about gaming studios and their woes with developing. I'm gonna tell you why. One, that would be a dope show. I would definitely watch it. Why it won't be a thing, because it would expose some of these companies, and they ain't about getting exposed. Aaron White Knight, hi dad. What's going on? So, one person called me dad is my children, so I don't know if you're one of my children. But what's going on? It's one of you. Listen. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put this comment up here. Whoever the guy Aaron is, he says, "Hey, is Trump a gamer? I would watch the she's out of that." I don't know. I doubt if Trump is a gamer, but I know he likes McDonald's. He's a big McDonald's guy. Super MJ says Bills barely made round 2 of the playoffs. Ooh. Don't let the Bills Mafia come for you. Can they beat the Bengals? I believe they can beat the Bengals. I wonder how that will go with the cancel before. I don't know. I think they can beat the Bengals. That's a tough matchup. I think both the Bengals and Buffalo played outstanding. You know what? To be honest though, like Buffalo should have lost to the Lions. Lions gave them that game. I digress. GT says it won't be a mass exodus, but it will be a gradual shift between this generation and next. Microsoft has most of the first-person shooter games, esports games, Western RPGs on lock. You're definitely right. Yeah, you think about it, like Overwatch. Yeah, listen, they would have some definitely dope art. If I think Microsoft issue is that, and if anything they could do is get their studios on schedule to release their content. They can't wait to 2024. They can't. They gotta. To me, this year for them to be successful, they gotta release at least 3 worthy titles. At least 3. Grid Tactics says, plus they have deals with EA and they're likely on Ubisoft by the end of the year. I doubted that deal goes out. I would. I don't think, you know what. There's not a lot of suitors. Like Ubisoft don't have the IP anymore. Like I don't know what happened to them. That their IP are definitely like tanking. Like I don't care nothing about Assassin's Creed. I don't care nothing about Watch Dogs. If they would bring out an old school Rayman game like the ones they released, at Rayman Legends, if they did another Rayman game like that, I would be all in favor of that. To be honest, that's what they need right about now. But I just don't know, man. Let's see. It says, Aaron says, Bills versus 49 all the way. The bad part about it, I think you might be right. 49ers look real, real good, man. I wouldn't definitely, you know what? I believe anybody can get popped in the NFL because it's all about money. But it'd be one of them things like, you know what? I don't know, man. I can see that. That would be a really dope Super Bowl. I would be about that. Might want to watch that one. CVM says Ubisoft wants to buy more wants you to buy more copies of Mario plus Rabbids. They do. It's sad when you see the expectations that for that game was not met in the sales market. Because you know what, and I think somebody said this was true. I think this might have been Spawn Wave. I just agree totally with this comment. He said, or somebody else said that we've been conditioned to buy Ubisoft games on sale for $20, and so when we see a game like Mario vs. Right, even though the second version for $60, we're like, man, what you thinking about? I don't know, man. I think we have been conditioned. Aaron says Xbox 2024. Golly, that long, Aaron? You don't think you don't I think they need to do something this year. I do not think if it has to go into 2024, they're in trouble. I mean, to be honest, I think they're in trouble right now. And I think every presentation that goes forward from this standpoint going forward has to be on fire. They got to really set a standard that makes people want to invest into their brand. And currently, they got some games, but they don't have any like overall just like bangers, showstopper games right now. Yeah. If Redfall comes out, it might be half decent, but once again, the hype on that one, I believe, is slowly but surely fading away. Hold on, Aaron. Aaron, you said, and we're number 1 Zelda player. First of all, welcome to the chat. I didn't say that earlier. Please forgive me. But we give out a free Nintendo eShop card every night. And by you chopping in tonight, I'm going to put Aaron K. White Knight on the board. I had to wait first, Aaron, because sometimes, man, we get some weirdos in the chat. But I got you on the wheel. Matter of fact, Worlds. Number 1. Oh, I forgot the one. Zelda player. Got you. See, I'm going to show you the screen real quick. Let's see if it. I don't know. It might not work. There we go. So you can see right now I got your name here on the wheel, and at the end of the stream, we will do a process of elimination, and we'll pick a winner tonight. So and if you win, then you will win a $10 eShop card. And how you collect your winnings is that you have to follow me on Twitter at gaming_dad3, or you can follow me on Instagram at gamingdad3, or TikTok at gamingdad0. And just before you leave the chat, just place what handle you're gonna follow me at, and give me that handle. So this way, when you send me a message, I will send you. All you do is send me a message that where's my money, and I'll send you the code for the eShop card tonight if you win. So thanks for coming out, man. I hope you guys stay through the rest of the stream. But I know how things happen sometimes. Sometimes you need to let it go. Let it go. All right. Come back. All right. So Xbox 2024, man. I for Xbox sake, I hope not. I really, really hope not. So let me ask y'all some questions. So if what can Xbox do this year besides having some great presentations that kind of change the narrative about their company and where they're going? I think the first thing I think they need to figure out some way somehow by the end of this year to shore up that acquisition of Activision. I think they need to go ahead and take care of that. World's #1 Zelda player says Ubisoft got Rayman. Yeah. That's one of their properties. And so if they did another Legends game, it would do them it would be a big time game changer, cuz them Zelda Rayman Legend games were phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal, especially on think about I was playing that thing on the Vita. I was playing Rayman Legends on the Vita. That's crazy. The Vita, we bought it on the Vita. We bought it on the Wii U. Sure, it's on the Switch. Yeah, they can definitely turn some tails if they do it right. Steven says, I hope the Jaguars or Bengals win because I'm a hater. I don't want any NFC team winning. Oh, man, don't be like that because your Packers got eliminated. Don't be like that. Chiefs already got their chip recently, and the Bills been the favorite before the season started. Okay. Yeah, all right. You might be right. He said, because I'm a hater. Pretty is Tom Brady's legitimate truck stop bathrooms. He's destined to get 7 rings himself. Oh man, good old Tom Brady, man, representing University of Michigan in the house. I cheer for Brady. GT says Ubisoft's IPs are tanking because they are filled with microtransactions. Ooh man, season passes and they all live services. Releasing a single player Splinter Cell with no BS and watch the game do numbers. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. But the problem is I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they have the balls to say, you know what, we're going to do a single player game and not try to, microtransaction you to death. And that's what it needs to happen. They got to see how, they have to look at like Star Wars. Even though Star Wars by itself is, a monster brand. But however, that single play experience with the Jedi The Last Fallen Order, man, was phenomenal. Phenomenal experience. And to me, single player games, they work. People still want to play those games and not feel like you're trying to DLC them to death. That's why I hate DLC. Even though some of it be good, but I always think about man, I paid $120 for Smash Brothers. If you really think about what, 110, 115, that's how much money you pay for Smash Brothers if you bought both DLC packs. Crazy. But yeah, I totally agree with that statement. You're right. Those microtransactions really turn you off from games. I'm like, man, I'm not trying to get nickel and dime to death. You know what? It's your properties is not that good. Let me tell you another game that like nickels and dimes kids is Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I looked at my son the other day. I said, man, listen. I just stopped. I said, man, you can't buy no more of this DLC. Like he keeps buying this DLC. I was like, man, you spending your money that you out here hard working, slaving, picking up trash, to give them just so you can have a different character within the game. It's like, man, you gotta let it go. D1 says, Gaming Dad, do you think there will be a revision or a G Cloud 2? Good question. I look at the current state of how other hardware is just coming out, and I would probably bet on a G Cloud 2 than on just a revision. Everybody's trying to one up the next person. I think Steam Deck has started a revolution. Really, it was the Switch, but Steam Deck kind of took it to the next level. Everyone's trying to really go that direction. Releasing something new. Vic, what's going on with you? Vic says, Gaming Dad at it again with another great stream. Ubisoft in a who's going to buy me soon situation. Right now, it's who's going to buy me for a respectful price. I think they want more than what people are willing to pay for, and it's going to be ugly for them. I wouldn't be surprised if the numbers come back and somebody's going to get it for the low. And speaking of monopolies, man, what is that other company? Oh, it's another company that has bought a lot of different. Golly, it's on top of my. It's on the. You know how you have something like that, right? It's right there on top of my tongue. Remember, it's that company that has been buying. It's some kind of group. Oh my goodness, I can't think of it. But they've been buying a lot of companies slowly but surely. I wouldn't be surprised they jump in the mix. And even Tencent has been buying a lot of companies. So you know what? It's like almost like this race to acquire these smaller companies to bolster their brands. And so, but people are not trying to play, for a whole bunch of stuff. Ruben says, I waited till Mario Plus Rabbids dropped down to 25 before I pulled the trigger on it. And you know what? We all conditioned. I remember at least 3 years in a row, you can catch that bad boy for $25 at Black Friday. I remember covering it multiple years, like, hey, $25, $25. And I think this year you could have got it for $15. Yeah, I don't. That's when the sales for that game will definitely take off. It just won't take off at 60 frames, $60. I don't even know anyone that has bought it. It thought it was like super good to replay rather. He says, my mail carrier I know has M plus R, so might borrow after that. Okay, gotcha. Steve M says, EA released a good single player Star Wars game, Jedi Fallen Order, without a live service cap, and it's sold well enough for a sequel. Ubisoft could do the same for Splinter Cell. It's a bunch of Splinter Cell is one of those games. It's like, to me, on the same lines of Metal Gear Solid, but it has its own unique. It's just unique and super good. And I pray that they understand. They start listening to us gamers, and saying, hey, you know what? Give the people what they want. Stop trying to make billions of dollars off of us, because whoever made that decision, they went too far in. See, you can have one or two, games as a service here and there, but to go full fledged the direction they're going was a bad decision. Bad decision. Steve Evans says, we taking Prince of Persia so long. He said, what's taking? I don't know, because you know what, the first they kind of had it done, and then everybody complained about the graphics. They was like, man, these graphics is terrible. And so when with that happening, they had to reboot. So it'd probably be a while. We probably won't hear about that game for another couple years. Aaron says, Xbox could buy Epstein's Island and really lean into Bill Gates' vision. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was brutal. But you're right. You're right. Oh man, listen. Speaking of Epstein and this island, man, it's some people, man, boy. It's gonna they're gonna come to Jesus, boy, and they're gonna be like, it's gonna be bad for them. I'm not gonna dig into that, but it was some things on some things happened on that island, boy. That they better pay for. They better repent. Dave, what's going on, man? He says, hello, did I miss much? I'm currently sorting through my backlog and making a list of my main games I want to play. I narrowed it down to about 30 games, including some games coming later this year. Man, listen. I keep saying, you know what? Because once one thing ends, another thing starts. So I just been hired as they want me to be a kind of an assistant track coach this year. But they only hired me because they want me to DJ. So I'll be DJing these track meets, and that'll happen. That'll go down, but then I'll eventually get some time, man, when I can kind of say, you know what, I need to pick one game and just stick with it. So right now I'm just sticking with seafood because I like it. It's up my alley. I'm gonna get my tail kicked, but it's so fun though. It is fun. Seafood is fun, man, and it's real fun on the Switch. So no, you didn't miss too much. We've been kind of talking about Microsoft right now, and kind of getting an idea for like what could they do going forward for this year to kind of put them on a plane where there's an upward swing. Because right now it's like it's kind of a downward swing, especially if they have some of these major delays. Especially, I wouldn't call it backlash, but just the negative, the kind of almost negative press about them acquiring another company. That whole anytime you can attach the word monopoly to some of these sales, people tend to look at that, and they backpedal into their support for Xbox. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Aaron says Packers got exposed by the Lions. Who knew a rag team of third round picks could end Rodgers' career? Now hold on now, Aaron. Don't be talking about my Lions like that, man. Getting a little disrespectful. So you listen, man. I'm a Lions fan. I've been a Lions fan all my life. I'm from Detroit, and they listen. If you look at the games they lost this year, I mean, they lost a lot of games at the last minute, real close games. It's only a couple of teams that say, okay, like New England straight beat them, the Cowboys straight beat them, but the rest of those games, you can tell. I mean, if you go back and you look at it, they lost last minute, and so for my Lions fan to say, hey, the Lions had a winning season this year. I'll take that. I'm gonna have no choice because before I've been around when the Lions won no games, and so whatever they can change that narrative and move in a positive direction where they become a playoff team that can win a playoff game. Then I'm on the favorite. I'm on the favor of the underdog. He called him a rag team, disrespectful. Let's see. I got Aaron. I got you on the board. GT says I agree. Ubisoft isn't going to do a single player game until Microsoft buys them and tells them what they really need is a AAA single-player action game that rivals Sony. And that is the reason why they are in that third pillar, because we thought Halo was going to be that game, but they mismanaged the release of it. It wasn't a complete package at launch, and it hurt them. And now you think about it, if Halo came out day one and had everything ready to go, single player, everything that we wanted and asked for in that game would be successful. But people, they underestimated people's attention span. They should have I would have preferred them to just wait on Halo until it was completely ready and then release it. This early release of games is it's sickening. It's like it makes you not want to invest or buy games day one because they have done anyway. So you know what? I might as well wait. It's like I might want to wait till these updates come out and they fix these certain things, but instead of just pushing these games out because they got a date, because it's about the money. It's not about the games. I mean, remember back in the day when like I always bring this back when Nintendo released games and they had that quality seal on that, you just felt like as a consumer, like, oh man, I got a good game. It's not too many times when you bought games from Nintendo, you're like, man, this is trash. Especially like the days of the NES, because we had nothing else probably, but still, you still felt good about your purchase when you knew for sure this was the purchase you want to make. You did the research enough. You read the magazines. You did everything you had to do to make sure you got the game. And if that game was trash, you still felt like it was good enough because it just felt right, But whew, I don't know. You might be listen, and you're right. And that's one thing they don't have that good. Halo ain't Halo like it used to be. Remember, I remember going to Walmart and staying in line for Halo 3 for hours just to get Halo 3. Steve says, Packers got exposed much earlier back in London. I wouldn't be surprised if Rodgers comes back another year just out of spite, but it's time to turn the page. Give love a chance. You know what, though, man? I still think Rodgers has another. You know what? He just doesn't have the team he has before. Look, think about Rodgers had a supporting cast. They need to really concentrate on the draft, man, and maybe make some trades. They need to do what the Lions did. I mean, that trading Matthew Stafford was like, even though I love Matthew Stafford, I loved him for the city of Detroit. I still, he's the kind of player that if you're from Detroit, you embodied how he played. He was tough, and so. But to make that trade, man, this gave us so much. Like this year, we get 2 first-round picks. And listen, we got Jameson from Alabama, and he just not getting healthy. So next year we're gonna have healthy draft picks that's ready to play. Like what's it? Aiden Hutchinson played outstanding this year. He probably had like around 7 or 8 sacks. He had at least 3 interceptions. From a lineman position, he had 3 interceptions. So listen, we getting there. I think if in this draft, if we can really solidify our defense, get another defensive player on that line, maybe another strong corner, make our defense, because our offense is pretty stacked on offense. Well, I think we on the cusp. We got a good 1-2 combo, and our running backs. It's gonna be interesting. See, Steve M says, isn't Square Enix also looking like they want to be sold? Yeah. And you know what? To me, to be honest, I would love for Nintendo to jump in and buy Square Enix. I would love for Nintendo to have that kind of hold on that RPG scene. It would really, that's a decision that would definitely bolster the brand and make the brand, really, really strong, no matter what direction they decide to go. Greta Tech says, Ubisoft has the games to rival Sony. Watch Dogs, nope. Assassin's Creed, nope. Splinter Cell, yes. Rayman, yes. Being under Microsoft umbrella, they could probably do sequels to games like Quantum Break, which would be good, and Sunset Overdrive. I don't know about Sunset Overdrive, man. Sunset Overdrive not gonna move unit. Quantum Break might get, that's definitely once again another niche game. But I think, man, Splinter Cell, oh yeah, it would move units. A good Rayman, it could be 2D. Preferably meant to be I would want it 2D because that last 2D was like so good. I don't know why they stopped. Making that game. The game was good. They could do it. I don't know what kind of money. This is a good question. What kind of money is Ubisoft worth? That's the question. How much money are they worth? Are they worth really, are they worth $1 billion? Are they? I mean, honest. Is Ubisoft right now worth $1 billion? I don't know if they're worth $1 billion. but I bet money they're gonna want. They're probably gonna want somewhere north of 5 billion. Xbox has been getting hate for months now. You know what? It's almost like a um a tsunami wave of this. Like I wouldn't call it this hate. It just well, no, I guess you could call it hate. Just flat out this disdain for the brand. And then say anything tied to Bill Gates, people gonna hate because how he promoted this shot and blah blah blah. Jets improved from years past. Oh, oh my bad. You said Jets fan over here. Man, y'all haven't been great since Joe Nathan. Hey, Courtney, say hey, Gaming Dad. What are your thoughts on Gears of War 2 and 3 remake? I believe that they should go back and make 1 because 1 was really really good. Um, if they make 2 and 3, I think they don't go wrong because that Gears of War franchise, that third person, great games. I just think like 4, 1, like 1, 2, 3 was good. Like when they got to 4, that's when they kind of lost their way. I don't. The story in 4 wasn't like super good. But like man, 1, 2, and 3 man was like dynamite. I would definitely replay 1, 2, or 3 in a heartbeat. I would play them in a current state right now if I can play them. I gotta check to see if Gears of War is Gears of War on Steam. I gotta find that out. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I would definitely replay Gears of War. Oh man, handheld mode. Oh, that's in that. You just brought a very interesting thought. Courtney, first, let me get you on the board. I got your husband on the board. Courtney is on the scene. All right, got you, Courtney. But yeah, you know what? I think Gears of War to me is one of my favorite Xbox games. You know what? And it's a shame that they went away. That was like a wonderful 1-2 punch in Xbox heyday when you had Halo and then you had Gears of War. That was a great 1-2 punch. And whoever decided to say, you know what? Well, we need to walk away from this. You know what? I don't think that was a very smart decision. And you know what? And right now you can definitely tell that they are eating the fruits of that labor. CMG says Nintendo should have never given up Rare to Microsoft. Absolutely, I bet you that's a decision years back. We gonna look. Well, I mean, we look at it right now. That said that wasn't a great decision because they gave away so much in that decision, so much that I don't even think they even understand. But you know what, Microsoft was there to giving that money. That was a terrible decision. They should have been better off at downsizing Rare rather than just selling them off. Grid Attack says Halo needs a complete a spin-off shift in direction time. What? Halo needs a spin-off shift in direction. Okay, gotcha. Time to make Halo a third-person shooter, single player, similar to Mass Effect, with modern controls. I would buy that. I would back it to me because I was like, you know what? That's my cup of tea right there. That's why I love Gears of War because of that third person over the shoulder action. That is, oh yeah, I would buy that. I would buy that. But you know what? It would. I don't think everybody will be up for it though because people, how people they get so used to this one thing that to jump to a whole different way of playing Halo, they beloved franchise, they won't go for it. But I would buy it. I would buy that. They did it with Halo Wars. You're right. In the RTS gen, but they switched up. That's the whole genre switch though. RTS games and first person shooters, they just, they just not even. It's like apples and cabbage. They're on two different planes. But you know what? Like I said before, I mean, the idea sounds phenomenal to me. Tasty. That's what it sounds. He said, I need a third person shooter RPG where the focus on story of Halo. You know what? This right here is what you said here is where Microsoft missed the ball. If they would just, hire some great writers and really develop the story of Halo to an unbelievable height, it really could have, pushed the genre that was further and really concentrate on that first person story. I mean, don't get me wrong, Halo's story is not bad by any stretch of imagination. It's just not like, I'm not playing like, The Last of Us, something like that. I'm not playing this epic story. The first person games are always more about the online. Yep. Always. But you know what? Listen, if Microsoft was ever thirsty for money, there would be no way. This take and port Halo 1. Don't need Halo 2. Port combat involved over to the Switch, and you would make hand over fist. They would make so much money. Imagine a world where Microsoft has a new game release every month or every 2 months on Game Pass, AAA, sometimes AA. It'll make people take notice of the service. You're right. Now listen, I've been telling people since day one that Game Pass mixed with an Xbox Series S is the best combination bargain in all of gaming right now. It's the best bargain. Because if you can get both of those together, man, you just have that is dynamite. So you know what? Listen, I got a side story real quick. I bought my kids. I bought my two older kids an Xbox Series S. And so, I thought that, you can get like a family pass for the Game Pass, but you can't. You can only get, I forgot what country it is. It's only one country that offers it. I was like, man, I was so mad. I just knew it was over here in the States. So I'm waiting on that to come to the States so that's one thing I hope they do announce, that Game Pass family plan, so my kids can get on and they can thoroughly enjoy their systems. Because right now they ain't enjoying nothing. D1 says, talking about God of War makes me want to play Army of Two again. Yeah. Oh, man, Army of Two, man. That takes a brother back. Yes, Gears, it is on Steam. Oh, buddy. Listen, I know right now I'm streaming, but GT, man, if you can find out the price for me, man, I would be very, very grateful. Hey, Josh, what's going on, buddy? What time is it? Okay, it's only 9. Yeah, you good. Thought it might be time for you to go to bed. My son Josh is on the board today. Got you, Josh. Remember, Josh, there's no basketball practice tomorrow, so you need to make your way home. All right, what's going on, Quake? Quake in the building. We'll get you on the board before I answer. What is that? 311. All right, good people. We got 18 people on the board tonight. Don't forget, man, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Gorilla Titan says, Stray is a game about my life and the times of being a cat owned by Mendez. Oh, man, that's so funny. Oh, man, old book. I can't type today. Supersonic MJ says only $18, not $5. Not. It says Gears 5 looks like $39.99. Same with Tactics. What about the older Gears? Like, I'm looking for like Gears 1, 2, and 3. They got the old ones on there? Gear 5 was pretty good. But still, I still would like to go back and go through the first couple of them. And I'm assuming $30 for what though? Is that for Gears 1? That's 30 for Gears 1. That's a little steep. Steam. I can't wait for a sale. All right, good people. Let's see. Quake, what's going on? Let's see. Quake says, my son has access to Game Pass from my Ultimate account. I forgot how to set it up. Man, I need to figure that out. Cause I would need to. My son and my daughter would need to have access. I thought, man, if I gotta pay, I'm not paying for three subscriptions. That's out of order. I'm not doing that. So older Gears are on the Microsoft Store. Am I able to play? So I would have to play those on Windows, correct? I need them to be native on Steam. Play on my Steam Deck. All right, good people. Let's we'll look at the news real quick. Let's see. Get over here. The news are kind of, so we kind of go through the news kind of quick. It's not a lot, to be honest. Listen, if all you guys have been following the other YouTube channels, at everybody's in give my opinion mode. But one thing I do want to talk about, I couldn't find a story, but shout out to Doc Trey 81. I love Doc Trey, man. Love Doc Trey. One of my favorite YouTubers because I like YouTubers that get right to the point. If you ever watch his videos, he gets right to the point. Love him or like him, it is what it is. But I dig Doc Trey. I've been following him for a long time. But he brought us a story about how Retro Studios is currently working on the IP they're working on besides Metroid, of course, is a current IP. So that puts me in the mindset of Donkey Kong. I don't see what other game could it be for Retro Studios, which to me, hey, keep doing Donkey Kong. I think people, it's not like the last game was terrible. The last game was great. So I'll take a new Donkey Kong game hands down in the same format. That's how good Donkey Kong is. But I kind of wonder what they're working on. So GT, how do you feel about the performance of Xbox on Steam Deck? Well, that's a good question. The only game that I currently play on my Steam Deck that's a Microsoft product is I was able to buy the Halo Master Chief Collection. I bought that on Steam and was kind of going through ODTS or OST, something like that. And so I've been playing that, and that plays pretty good. At first, when I first got the Steam Deck, it was giving me all kind of issues where I could only play it in PC mode. So I would have to go to PC mode to load the game. That's how I had to do Batman too. I had bought Batman, but the only way I'd be able to play it is to go through PC mode. And then once I went through the PC mode, I was able to play it with no problem. But I get tired. You tend to get tired of that. It's like, man, I just want to be able to say, you know what? Okay, I own it. Let me play it right here. He said up to 5 accounts. So I can, in my current, what do you call it? Game Pass account, I can add 5 accounts because that's what the family plan was like. The family plan said I can add up to 5 accounts, but it's not offered here in the U.S. ODST. There you go. I know I figured it out. Thanks. Appreciate you, D1. He says privacy is your only option. Oh, man. What it do, bruh? Talking to town, Nintendo, Dot Trey still holding it down. Yeah, man, listen, it every time it come on, man, I'm rapping it. And listen, and shout out to him, man. The beat was dope. I'll just, you kind of get used to it. I was like, that's Dot Trey is my man. Yeah, Dot Trey, Dot Trey is probably known best when he kind of really combs through like your LinkedIn accounts and things like that to kind of find out what Nintendo is hiring for. And so, I guess Retro Studios are hiring for somebody that they had to have current knowledge on current IEPs. So if they have knowledge on current IEPs that they currently have, ain't no new IEPs coming about. So that was the story today. I think today or yesterday, one or two. So I was like, you know what, I just, I just want to hear. I'm really excited. I'm probably more excited this year or for this upcoming direct because of the fact that we kind of really don't know. Like last year, we kind of knew what was coming down the pipeline, but we really don't know what's going on in the pipeline. Like after May, it's like you don't know. We don't know what's coming out for Nintendo. All I can tell you is that we'll probably get some more DLC for Mario Kart. But as in first party after May, silence. So it's gonna be interesting to see what transpires, and if they don't have everything lined up, what would that say about Nintendo? What does that say? So I don't know. I'm really excited about really everybody's presentations. I'm probably the least excited about Sony's. I'm just not sold on the VR. Is anybody? Matter of fact, is anybody in the chat picking up the VR? I'm not picking it up. I haven't seen a game yet that says, you know what, I have to have this PlayStation VR. See, I know Dot Trey from Black Bond roasting him during the PS3/PS4 and Wii era. No, who is Black Bond? D wants to Gaming Dad. So what was the point of Nintendo gathering materials last year if they scrapped the Pro? I think Nintendo's always gathering materials because, like, how can I say this here? I wouldn't say that we can guarantee that there's gonna be some form of new hardware coming within the next year. But we're gonna know something within the next year. Now, will that new system be revealed in the next year? Maybe, but I think we'll know something. Matter of fact, not this week, but next week. I think on February the 7th, I believe, is the Nintendo's investors meeting. I think those are always good telltale signs because more and more investors ask questions. You know what? And when they ask questions, them questions get public, and we want to see how Nintendo responds to it. And then also, we're gonna have some form of direct. If not, we'll probably get we might get a Fire Emblem direct, but I don't know if we get a full-fledged direct. Nintendo last year, they kind of threw us for a loop. We thought we was getting big directs when we wasn't. We was getting like, directs that was like, halfway done or just like game Pacific directs. And so in them situations, you kind of really don't know where the direction where Nintendo is going. I think it's a good thing for Nintendo because, kind of keep people on their toes. Like, we really don't know what's going on. But, I just believe we'll probably get more than one direct between now and May. I don't think they come up with this one direct and that's it. I think there's gonna be multiple directs. I think Zelda gets its own direct. We probably still get some kind of really big direct, and then also on top of that, we'll probably get. Well, I was gonna say a Fire Emblem direct, but Fire Emblem is out this week, so maybe not. But you never know though. Nintendo could pull one and like on the 18th or 19th to say, "Hey, we got this Fire Emblem presentation. Have at it." Say, you were the biggest hype man. Saw the VR, and you ain't buying one. You know what? Hold on now. I wasn't the biggest hype man. That's a lie. I always said that the concept looks cool. Matter of fact, I've been quite against them because of the fact that I don't want to be tied to the system. For one, two, the price of it's more than a PS5. Three, I've always said that I haven't seen a game yet that says, you know what, I really have to have this. Like, I really, really want to play VR in my room, You know what? So no, I disagree with you. I have not been the biggest hype man. I was hyped at first though. I was like, oh, man, this is exciting. But you know what? When after, because you know, to me, the Oculus, if you're gonna do virtual reality, the Oculus to me is a better way to experience it because you can take that bad boy anywhere. You know, I just remember, you know, my son has one, and to be able to just go in my living room, put the goggles on, I had like, you know, I was watching an NFL game, like I was at the stadium. It was dope. So says Google Earth is the greatest VR experience ever. I've never seen. You know what? I bet you it is. I bet you it's better say. You know what? I'm gonna go to somebody's house real quick and just see what it look like. Where's Mendez to call you a hype beast? Probably still mad about last week. Yeah, that was crazy. That was fun though. I enjoyed that. I did enjoy that. That was funny. All right, good people. Let's look at some of this news going on. It's not a whole lot, but there's some stuff on here. I thought this was kind of interesting. Metroid, Castlevania, and more almost got cartoons in the 80s. Ah, man, you know what? I think I think that was a misstep because I think Castlevania would have been a good cartoon. But not in the 80s though. Castlevania, if it was the 90s, it would have been great because they could have pushed the envelope a little bit harder, especially in that era, like late 90s, like in that era of like X-Men. You know, if they could have went that, you know, that kind of edginess with Castlevania, I think would have been good. But I don't think television would have been ready for it. They're definitely ready now. I got a TV show that you should probably check out. Is if you got Netflix and you have not seen F is for Family, man, oh man. If you're an older cat, if you're like in your, how can I say that? If you're like in your 40s to 50s, man, watch F is for Family. Super, super hilarious, man. Super, super raunchy races. It's all over the place. But you know what? If you grew up in that era, you can relate to everything. Everything in that show, man. That show is super, super good. What's going on, man? We just talk about you, Mendez. We was just talking about. Let me get you on the board real quick. Let's see. Always on deck. Got you again. And always on deck gaming. Got you. Back to back. He says, Bender says, yo, what's going on? He said, wasn't Castlevania part of that smash up Captain N cartoon? I don't know. I can't remember that. I don't know for sure. Why hasn't Devil May Cry gotten a live action movie or show? Which would be dope. I think, you know, and I think they can really pull it off too if DMC had its own little show. To me, that's like, it's not a movie by any stretch of imagination, but like, you know, definitely like a Netflix series, something like episodic, you know, maybe like 8 or 10 episodes. I would be about that. Because you know what? If you haven't watched the Castlevanias on Netflix, you are missing out. Them things are super, 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 super good. He said, always on deck game. He said, we in here. Quay says, speak of the Mendez. Oh, and Mendez's ladies in here. He says, I like Cuphead show. Yeah, listen, the Cuphead show is super funny. So it's a lot better. If you have not watched it, you are definitely. Now I haven't watched season 2 yet. I've watched season 1, so I probably need to put season 2 on my radar. But season 1 was really, really good. I might even start watching season 2 tonight. Oh, thank you, JC98. Let me get you on the board. Mendez he's coming. He's not playing around this year. He was like, listen, I'm recruiting. We all come. We got 21 people on the wheel tonight. Hey, if I can get 21 likes, man, this show will be super good. So you get a chance, man. Listen, hit the like button for your boy. Just jump out real quick. Jump back in. Won't hurt you one bit. Grid Attack said, Mendez, remember that? Remember last year? Was Gaming Dad not hyping up PSVR 2? I was not hyping PSVR 2 up. I was not. I'm telling you, I've always questioned it. When it first got announced, I was like, oh man, this might be pretty good. Depending on the game. I think, matter of fact, it's only been really one episode that I was hyped. When they announced Resident Evil. I was like, oh man, this might be worth it. This might be worth to get it. And then, you know what? I started waiting. It's like, you know what? Then the price dropped. When they dropped the price, I was like, I'm out of contentions. You know, it was a grip for the PS5, but you know what? Not gonna pay enough $550 for the headset, and they don't have the games to go along with it. I'll pass. F is for family is that damn TV plus traumatized children. But it's so good though. It's not a show you watch with your kids. Oh, absolutely not. Especially after the first episode, you be like, man, listen, what am I watching? Yeah, but F is for family, man, is so good. My daughter, she didn't watch all of them. I said, you little. No, I'm gonna say that too. But she watched them all. But yeah, F is for family, man, is super good. Highly recommended if you're an adult. Is like GT said, nah, the man is talking wild like he ain't buying one. Oh, I'm not. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I am not buying one. Absolutely. I'm saving up for a new lens for my camera. I am not buying one. Pass. Let's see. Say what up, everybody. She does like Cuphead, but not the game. You know what? A lot of people don't like the game, man, because it's hard. But you know, I love Cuphead. Even though I haven't beat it yet, it's still like it's one of them games like I can never get tired of. It's like playing Cuphead is like playing Mega Man. That's how I look at it. Like Mega Man was one of them games. Like, you know what, man? You kept wanting to. You was a glutton for punishment with Mega Man. Every time you get killed, you're like, you know, I just want to do it again. I want to go back again. I gotta go back again. Yeah, that's how I look at Cuphead. It's just one of them games. For me kind of gamer I grew up with being, I truly enjoy Cuphead. So I actually bought Cuphead because of the show. You know what? I want to buy it physically. To be honest, I want a physical copy of Cuphead, just to have it. That's crazy, but yeah, just to have it. I think that's one of them games. It's like, man, you can never go wrong. Mendez says, I might have been hyping PS2 more than him. See, Grid Tactics is starting to start something. You want to be starting something. Says, I am 80% through with it. Oh, you know what? What's F is family on? Netflix. Super good, man. It's raunchy, but if you grew up in that era, man, it looks like everything about that, man, screams up north. Up north living. This is crazy. Like, you always had like that. Like, we had that one neighbor that was always like either super drunk or super high. One neighbor that was like a super playboy, like boning all the chicks. It's like everything about that. I never heard of it. Oh man, definitely, it's on Netflix. Damn, what is that? What's that comedian? He does like the majority of the voices. That comedian, he's so funny too. Golly, I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. But the comedian, man, that does it, man, he is so funny. So funny. Definitely worth it. All right, let me get back. My sinuses are draining. These colds are going around the school system. Gotta keep yourself hydrated. Let's see. This is PS VR 2 isn't backwards compatible, right? Nope, it's not. He said that is trash. Listen, it is trash. I mean, I understand why it's not. But to me, that was a poor choice. That was a poor choice. And so now, you know, that's like, if you looked at their last presentation, they was like so hyped, like, yeah, we're we're bringing what is that drumming game? They was so hyped like, yeah, we're bringing it to PSVR VR two. What is that game? Oh man, I hate when I have stuff on top of my head. I can't forget. But you know what? They was just so hyped about that game. I said, man, what's always on? That game is already on the iClus. Gotta love it though. Just talking about my girl cat always begging for something, but they both good. Hey man, listen. Hold on, Mendez. Gorilla Tactics says that game by PlayStation straight is a game based upon you. He said it was based upon you. Oh man, it was so funny, man. It was so. Go back in the chat, like you go back and look at the chat. Some Gorilla Tactics comments. He was talking about you. Oh man, that straight comment was funny though. He said that game is. He said your cat was named Snuggles. Oh man, oh man. Listen, you gotta get him. Oh man, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. That was just funny. Butternox, what's going on, man? CMG says I used to love the Super Mario show. I liked it too. You know what? My kids used to like it a lot when they was kids. I mean, when they was really small, man, they used to like that. I had to buy it on DVD. And I bought it on DVD. They act like they just hit go. They wanted to watch that more than they wanted to play the game. And I think today, if I poured it out right now, my son Joseph will be all about it. Like, all right, Dad, I'm going to watch this Super Mario Brothers real quick. Oh man. Butternut says, so I wonder how soon Universal announces the next Nintendo movie. Will there be a Master Sword in the metal during the credits? Ooh, that would be dope. I ain't even front. If they did that, oh, buddy, listen, it would erupt. I mean, listen, a couple of things Nintendo could do at the premiere. They can announce be at the premiere, watch the movie, and they have that, or they have like a reveal of like the next Switch system. The internet would explode, absolutely explode. Oh, hold on, buddy, now let me get you on the board before I forget. Got you on the board. COG, how's your pet rat? Golly, you going out to New York for that. Oh, he said GT's a hater. I should have known he didn't care. Me, I would never. Oh man, y'all wild, man. Y'all is wild. Frankie James, what's going on, man? So shout out to Gaming Dad. Happy New Year to everyone. And excited what 2023 will bring us. Hey man, shout out to you, man. My guy. Frankie James, get you on the board, man. Frankie J in the building. It's been a minute, my brother. But you on the board. Don't forget, man, hit that like button. So I'm more expecting a Pikmin or Splatoon short before the film than a Zelda teaser. Well, it's a rumor, man, that Zelda is the next game that they are planning to release for the system. I mean, for the next movie they're planning on to create. So I think that would be dope. Either way, I think it's gonna be interesting to see the end credits, what they released. They can do so much with the release of this movie. They kind of really, really, shot the globe. To me, I hope they have what would be dope is to have a movie screening at the Nintendo New York store. That would be crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to announce that my brother from another mother has made it on the scene. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Cool Breeze in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Say, Gave Me Dad rocks. I love you all. My guy, Cool Breezy, taking it easy for Sheezy. Got Cool Breeze on the board. My guy, 24 on the board tonight. Don't forget Cool Breeze. Hook your brother up, man. Hit that like button. Quag's like, Cool Breeze in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Representing Ohio in the building. The Guerrilla Tactic. That's why I think Splatoon will be a better look for Illumination than Zelda. Ooh, you got a valid point with that, man. Listen, I wouldn't definitely wouldn't hate on that comment because of this the colorfulness and the wave is riding right now. You probably might be right. I think, like, you know what, I've always said, like even to make a Zelda movie, either way it go, I would go see. But to me, Zelda fits more of a episodic, you know what, grow with it. More it's like almost like a Lord of the Rings type of environment. I would like that. Metroid would be a great game, a great movie adaptation as well. But either one, to me, I think Metroid would be the better movie. Zelda would be the better episodic. But if you want to keep that kid-friendly theme, man, you right, man. I think you just might be right. I mean, Splatoon would be it. So right now, because this from the sheer colors, if they can add some form of comedic aspect to it, but I just don't know how that fits. I don't know what kind of story you create that. I mean, but the sky would be the limit, right? So you might be right, man. I think if you had to market that, Splatoon just might be a little bit better marketing, especially if you're trying to keep the kids' attention. Like it's on that line of Mario. But I will tell you, Zelda, boy, listen, Zelda to me is a great Netflix show. And I think people will gravitate and it will still, do wonder. Because, you can kind of gravitate to like a more of a adult theme with that Zelda. You have some adult concepts compared to, I mean, not adult, but like the level of violence and combat compared to, it's something that's colorful and animated. I think Splatoon will probably be dope. Listen, that was a great comment. I can't argue with that not one bit. Let's see. I'd rather Metroid than any other Nintendo movie, though. It's more up my alley than a Save the Princess story. Yeah, listen, I agree. I would love to see, because Metroid has so much of a lore that will be entertaining to adults. Yeah, I think Metroid would be good. I'd be all about that. Yeah, Metroid would be dope. This is I wonder if they are in business with Universal, whether they'll do a TV series on Peacock. They could, absolutely could. I wonder. I wonder how much money they're making. I need to see how I can figure that out. How much money they're making off that park in Japan? Because when that bad boy open here in the U.S., it's gonna be bananas. And when they open that one in Florida, I'm probably gonna be going it's gonna be a yearly thing. I don't care. I know my adult children will be like, "Oh, Dad, we're going to Nintendo." I just know it. Like, I know my son who just turned 25. He'll be like, "All right, Dad, I'm coming home. So we're going to Florida this year because we're going to Nintendo." I just know it's going to happen. We're just that kind of family when it comes to these games. Frankie J says Splatoon would be a cool movie series. Yeah, listen, if they can get the story right, like Nintendo got the properties that if they play their cards right, they can really, really, get this movie / animation train running, and it'll be a hard one to stop for sure. I'm with Frank Jason. If they had a Splatoon movie, they should have a cool skin you can get only seeing the movie. Right. Think about the add-ins. Like, hey, you come to the show, you get these 3D Mario glasses. It's like, what? That show it probably be like $20 a person. So much they can do marketing to really make saying these things pop. People will come to the movies just because. So Quake says, most parents these days still stay with a Splatoon, not the most recognizable IP unless you live in Japan. Yeah, but see what this would do though, it would definitely spark the interest because it would be a new IP. It would be recognizable by quite a few people, but people go see cartoon movies. Like they still kids go see these kind of movies, and so you have a movie that will also push the sales of the game because people will go see the kids will go see the movie like, oh man, I like this here. They got a game for it. Oh mom, this is a game to the movie we just saw, and it has that double dip effect. So I do agree with your point that hey, it's not the best well known IP, but it's an IP if you put out there in the right with the right marketing. The movie's great. It's gonna push the sales of the game for sure. I hate that my nose is running, man. I hate it. Oh, that says Mendez says I think exclusive content for seeing the movie would be corny, but I think it would be effective. It might be overall. Listen, people come like okay, for instance, like they had promotional content for Dragon Ball, and I tell you, my kids was all about that. They made sure like, hey, man, I need my promotional stuff that they was giving out at this movie thing when we go see Dragon Ball. And so I think those things they work, especially from a younger demographic. It works, man. People like you advertise that and you say, hey, you come to the movie, you get A, B, and C. They're like, oh man, I want to go to the movies, I can get my A, B, and C. That stuff work. Hey, how many of us that's older was like, oh man, that cereal box right there got the latest G.I. Joe in that bad boy. You was like, man, I don't care if the cereal nasty. I just want the opportunity to get that G.I. Joe. I remember, man, you had to buy, you had to have like you had to buy so many G.I. Joe so you can get Sergeant Slaughter. I don't know if people older like me, but I was a big G.I. Joe fan. And so Sergeant Slaughter was like the pinnacle. It was like, to me, it's like if you got Sergeant Slaughter, or, of course, Snake Eyes was like my favorite, but, if you can get Sergeant Slaughter or the Crimson Twins or Serpentor rather, this I command. Okay, all right. I'm going to get over that. But I do see the promotional content. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, that's not true regarding Splatoon. But I said Mario World is going to be absolutely bananas. I mean, it's going to be... He said, cue the Donkey Kong music. Right. Right. Oh, man. Hold on. That's so funny. That's right. It's going to be bananas. It's going to be bananas. Oh, man. You talk about that's going to be something special, man. Something definitely special. Oh, hell no. We advocating for a game microtransaction via movies. Get your free Splatoon skin by spending $10 for a movie ticket. That is the most expensive skin in the history of gaming. But you get entertained too. D1 says, what about a live Dead Space? Speaking of Dead Space, I'm gonna come to that comment. I'm kind of tied in. Has anybody seen The Last of Us? I meant to watch it. I think didn't the first episode come out already? I haven't seen it, but I want to see it. But so for instance, like if The Last of Us is successful, I think what a Dead Space, once again, if the story is right, could be something else that I would definitely watch a Dead Space live action if they have a good story to go along with it. Gotta have a good story. If the story is whack, then it's gonna tank. Resident Evil 4 fans find Leon's likeness. Hold on, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, good. Resident Evil 4 Remake's Steam update has fans nervous. Some Resident Evil fans are nervous about Capcom's tweaks the release date information for the Resident Evil 4 remake on Steam. The upcoming Resident Evil 4 remake has changed its release date information on Steam, which has some fans worried that the upcoming survival horror game could get its release date delayed. Capcom officially announced that the Resident Evil 4 remake last year and wasted no time in confirming its March 24th, 2023 release date. There has been some changes to Capcom's Resident Evil 4 remake release plans since the initial announcement. However, when Capcom first announced the Resident Evil 4 remake, the game was going to be a next-gen exclusive, meaning fans would only going to be able to pick up the game on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X. In the months since the Resident Evil 4 remake announcement, Capcom added PS4 to the list of platforms supporting the game. Of course they did. There are rumors that the Xbox One version of the Resident Evil 4 remake could happen as well, but nothing officially has been announced at the time of this writing. So you know what? Let's see. Would I play this on my Steam Deck? I don't know, man. To me, like, you know what? The big thing is graphics, and I think in a game like this here, because I love the first one, I want it at its best. So I would probably be picking this game up on PS4. But I would like the option to play it on my Steam Deck. So I can see why people would be nervous if the game is delayed. Would that hurt sales? I don't think it would hurt sales. I think whenever it drops on Steam, people will still pick it up. Just whenever it released, I just want it done right. That's all. Let's see. Cool Breeze says, love this so far. Okay, you must be talking about Last of Us. Said love Last of Us. Mendez says, I thought Last of Us sucked. The game. I don't know about the series yet. He said, but that game sucked. Oh, come on, man. The Last of Us was pretty good, man. Even part 2 was pretty good. It just had the story twist. I wasn't too. That story was kind of brutal, but it was still good though. SOC, ban this man and his cat. Oh man. All you do in the game is walk around and press buttons, and when they tell you to, super trash. Okay, let me ask you a question. So this will tell me. So if is Uncharted trash? This question goes to Mendez. Is Uncharted trash? Because to me, Last of Us ain't nothing but a version of Uncharted. It just the story kind of dictates to do some other things. And if you say Uncharted is trash, I gotta disagree with you, man. OMG, I want this game badly. One of my favorites. Which game you talking about? CMG? What game are you talking about? He's laugh loud, girl attacks. Oh, you talking about the Resident Evil 4? Yes. Oh man, listen, I'm ready day one. This is a game that no matter I'm gonna pick this up day one. This right here has my money day one. Probably on the PS5. Let's go. Yeah, RE4 boy. Listen, the original man still one of my favorites of all time. It's just one of those games. It's like, you know what? Like if Nintendo decided to say, you know what, we're gonna remake Mario 64. I'll be all about it. Remake that bad boy. I'll play it again. Right, listen. Right, Uncharted is in my top 5. Totally agree. Totally agree. It's in my top 5 of like all time. Love the series. Even love the one on the Vita. D1 says, can we get a new Ninja Gaiden? Or you know what? Listen, I was gonna say this name, but I tear it up all the time. Both of these games are kind of really do. I don't know, I don't know how you really make Ninja Gaiden any better, because to me the ones that was on the original Xbox was like my favorite. Is it Uncharted? Okay, Uncharted is a good series. Okay, all right, good. So listen, you have redeemed yourself. But listen, man, listen. The first Last of Us, it was good. I mean, it wasn't like the absolute best in controls, but the second one controls was phenomenal. Really a big time step up. SOC says, no way the Cowboys kicker missed 3 straight PATs. Not even funny at this point. Yeah, man, listen. I'm telling you, I'm a firm believer that, they have magnets in the ball. So as he kicked, that magnet somewhere in that stadium just pulled it. You right. Ain't no way he gonna miss 3 in a row. He said Cowboys stayed choking in the playoffs. I've never been a Cowboys fan, so I'm sorry. I'm a loyalist. Even as my Michigan Wolverines lost to TCU, and then TCU got obliterated by Georgia. Haha. I still mess it up. I'm not even gonna attempt to say it. I know me. I mess it up and sound extra funny, and then I'll be taking my sound bites and making fun of me. Your mod is watching football rather than blasphemous statements made by Mendez. Worst mod ever. As OC says, dual watching. Dave, I don't know if I got you on the board. Hold on. Let me see real quick. Let me see. Is Dave on the board? Dave is not on the board. Let me get Dave on the board real quick. Got you, Dave. Dave says, I like The Last of Us 1 and 2 and tend to not like horror/zombie games. I haven't seen the show. The story is really good, although it's brutal and hard to watch. I want to see. I want to see what because they got pretty good reviews. So I definitely want to watch the series. Guerrilla Tactics: The Last of Us is a walking sim where you press X when they tell you to do, and occasionally shoot people. SOCA said a word says way too bad GT earlier. Oh man. GT says, I guess you never made it to the part of cover shoot and sneaking. No, he probably did not. He probably was like, I give up. Is it my my ADHD needs action. Not boring. Slow narratives. Every 2 weeks is a new cutscene. But it's only like that in the beginning. It gets better. Now listen, it's a lot of cutscenes in The Last of Us 2 though. That's crazy. All right. Get it back. Talk about Resident Evil. You know what? It says, it looks like Super Mario. It looks like more Super Mario Brothers movie toys have leaked. Let's see what they got. I want to see some pictures. Okay, I agree. Okay, I'm not playing a movie. Okay, I guess you know what. So it's some toys. All right, I'm not buying no toy. But I'll tell you, if my children were small, They'll be all about that. They'll be like, "Oh, Daddy, I want that on Christmas." Cool Breeze says, "Playing Titanfall 2 on Steam Deck, super good." Oh, I tend to forget that's on. Yeah, Titanfall. I might. Hey, how much did you pay for that Titanfall? How much was that on the Steam Deck? Cool Breeze. Or did you pirate the game like Mended, like Guerrilla Tactics? That's what I'm saying. The mod is biased against me. Where is Jesse Jackson? Ah, oh man. Where's Jesse Jackson? Man, you so funny. Yo, so yeah, I got that part. And thought this is whack. Oh man. I'll take Al Sharpton at this point. Frankie J said, I need a Steam Deck ASAP. Yeah, low key you do. Shout out to Guerrilla Tactics, man. He kind of converted it all over the Steam Deck. A lot of us got the Steam Deck. My girl Geeky not in the chat tonight. But yeah, even Geeky got a Steam Deck. $7? Oh, but I'm buying it tonight. I am buying that tonight. $7. Oh man, that is the deal of the century. That's what I think about Steam Deck. You be like, oh man, I can do $7. Shoot, I paid more than that today for some chicken minis from Chick-fil-A. Is Titanfall that Mac PvP game? I never played it, but it looks cool. Yeah, it's good though. Like the first Titanfall was good. The second one was even better. Now that it's on the you tend to forget, like it's so many like really good games that you always dream like, man, if I had this in portable mode. And that's one of them games, man, flat out. Said Geeky been hating on the Steam Deck ever since like I said she would. If it was in pink, she'd be all about it. Yeah, you know what? She kind of like some of her videos. She even playing games on the iPad now. Got it on sale. Oh, you got it on sale. So I want to. Cool Breezy, man. Do me a favor, man. Just check to see how much the price is like today. Because even if it's like $15, I'll still pick it up. But if it's more than $15, it's going to have to wait. So we were talking about this earlier. Ubisoft share prices tumble after dire sales report. You know what? It's kind of their fault, man, because it goes back to what Guerrilla Tactics said earlier about the microtransactions. You got a bunch of games on the market, and all you're trying to do is get every piece of penny and dollar out of me. You know what? I'll tell you right now, I am not buying games with microtransactions. I don't care how good the game is. I don't care if it was Zelda, one of my favorite franchises. If it had microtransactions, I'd be like, nope. I'll read the reviews. I'll watch somebody else play it, but I'm not playing it because I'm not giving you no extra money. And I'm not grinding my life away to try to advance in your game. Ah, man, $30. Titanfall gonna have to wait. If it was $7, I might jumped on that. But 30? Nay. 30 on Steam Deck. Nay. Sure, I can get Call of Duty Black Ops 3 for $20. 30 for Titanfall? Nay. But yeah, back to Ubisoft. I'm telling you, man, the people at the top, man, they've made some terrible decisions that's put them in a situation that they can't come back from, man. I mean, I think they can come back. They're gonna have to just, it's gonna have to re-strategize, and it's gonna take a bunch of money. But some of the games even the games they got coming out, it's like, I'm not super hyped about none of them games. Even Prince of Persia, I'm still like not super hyped. You know what? They should have kept Prince of Persia as like it should have upped the graphics but still kept the gameplay like it was on the on the PS, I think it was PS2. They just needed to, they put too much into it. So I feel sorry for Ubisoft, but I think they're gonna probably get bought by somebody else. It's time to start looking for a seller when Just Dance don't sell. I think people are Just Dance out. It's only some. If you got 22, there's no reason to get 23. The music is not even that good. Like the music, like today's music is not good. There's no music on that. I'm like, oh man, I just really want to dance to this song. People not dancing no more. They should have definitely um moved a different direction. So I exploited a GameStop glitch and got a $20 Nintendo Shop card for $1. Hey man, listen, if the people come after you, man, don't blame my show. Oh man, for $1, oh yeah, you got over. But by all means, you can share. How you make that happen? We are all to be grateful. And I'm getting banned for privacy. You get banned for piracy. SOC, like, listen, I just hit a lick. Okay, stop. Give me that extra dollar. All right, let's get off of this story here. We kind of beat Ubisoft down already. Don't need to beat them down no more. Nintendo Direct airing in January? I don't think so. No, I don't. I think this is if it's going to be one or two times. It's going to be February. It's going to be either right before or right before their investors meeting, or it's going to happen at the end of the month. I probably would say right before their investors meeting. I think like let's look at the dates. Let's see. Let's see. February. All right, February 7th is on a Tuesday, so it could be any time that first week in February, but it's going to happen before their investors meeting because it's going to answer a lot of questions they wouldn't have to cover unless if that direct doesn't perform. So it's going to be right around their investors meeting. That's what I believe. I tell people, listen, two things. This is a side note. I know totally off the wall, but hey, man, Nintendo is a pretty good. If you're into buying stocks, Nintendo is a pretty good stock to buy right now because it's going to grow. It's at like $10 or something. It's going to grow. I'm telling you, once certain things happen, once a new system drops, it always takes off. It took off when it was $16 before the Switch, and then it took off to 60. Then they did the split. It's back down to 10. It's gonna take off again. I'm telling you, it's gonna be around. We're gonna look up. It's gonna be around $30 after this new system. So if you jump on early, if you buy it right now at $10, and you wait your couple years, it could very well be $30 or $40. And so now for every share that you bought at $10, now you got it at 30 and 40, and you can sell them bad boys and make you some money. I'm just saying. So they uninspired my used discount codes, and I was able to stack up a bunch of $19 off. Golly, GameStop lost. Yes, they did. And SOC is a winner. All right, let's see. What else? Hogwarts Legacy fans freak out over a Steam bug that indicated another delay. Okay, so this was a bug, so I'm not going to cover this here. If it was a bug, it's one thing. But you know what? To be honest, it's like, to me, like, I would typically want to play this game on the go, but I don't think the graphics is going to be that good on the Switch. But I would want to play this game, to me, on the go. So I think this, to me, is a candidate to be bought on the Steam Deck. Of course, when it's on sale. I won't buy it day one. Don't need to. I told me other things to play. Won't be buying this on day one. However, but I probably will pick it up because I kind of like Harry Potter. I think it's be good. But when I see games that I want to buy on the Steam Deck, I'm like, man, I'm not buying it day one. It's not that great. It's like even with Spider-Man, I was like, I didn't buy Spider-Man. Well, it's been about. I did buy Spider-Man right out the gate. My bad. But the majority of other games, like, they got to be on sale. Like, I waited for Uncharted to go on sale before I picked it up. It's no need to buy games nowadays day one, especially on Steam. Like, no. CMG says Metro Prime 4 news is coming. I don't know. Yeah, you can't even go on to one side of it and say, yeah, it's coming for real, because Nintendo has been of late of this last year, they've been really good at being deceptive. Do I think all those rumors that was out about a Metroid Prime remake were false? I think they all were true. I think Nintendo was like, all right, I'll show y'all, and just pull back. And I think some things probably happened. They kind of forced them to say, you know what, we gotta wait, because we're gonna release a new system, and that system needs to have some bangers out the gate. They have learned their lesson from the Wii U. I think you'll never see another Nintendo system launch without a big mainline game, either Zelda or Mario. Never. Mario Kart will probably be, a game they can launch with. So that's the reason why I was like, hey, you know what? There's a very good chance that, we're not looking for a new system until 2024, because they gotta stack the deck. Because when they had the deck stacked for the Switch, I mean, that first year is still, like, to me, one of the best years in Nintendo's history of just, like, releasing bangers of games. We got Splatoon, we got Mario Kart, we had so many good games. I think Odyssey, he had so many good games in that first year. And Nintendo is going to, that's the blueprint that will get dubbed again. So I got a question before, we kind of piggyback on CMG's comment. I was thinking about, like, if Nintendo, because if you watched a couple of videos, people was asking, like, hey, could Nintendo do something different? And if Nintendo do something different, I'm gonna tell you what I want. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna show you. Oh, okay. No, I'm trying to find it. Okay. I was looking for something else, but this is what I want. I want this right here. Give me this. This is what I want. If Nintendo is to do anything different, I want a Switch that has two screens. That has two screens and still have Joy-Cons on the side. I want a smaller screen down here on the bottom. I want a bigger screen on top. I want it to be able to do this here, and I want it to be able to be docked and still give me my experience on TV. That's what I want. That is what I want. And I want Joy-Cons on the side. And remember that pattern of those Joy-Cons that kind of like folded in half up top, so they kind of like went here. I want that. That's what I want. I think that would be a dope system. Because one thing about these clamshell, this is a DS Lite. One thing about these clamshell type systems, man, it just made it ultra portable and very protective. This is a great system. I would never sell this system. I need to find a new stylus, because I had to buy this one kind of bootleg. It got a little blue one here, but this is a great little system. This never goes wrong. I can plug it up right now. I got a Game Boy Advance / DS ready to go out the gate. Okay, what game I got in here? Got Super Mario Brothers right here. You just can't go wrong, man. This is a great system. I want my Switch to be like this. You can make it bigger like that, like the 3DS XL. You can make it that size there. I'll be great. Let me dock it, same screen size, make them screens like OLED. Give you a nice, LCD, touchscreen on the bottom. Because I like the fact, the one thing I liked about the 3DS and the regular DS is that that ability to see your map at the bottom, to be able to like kind of go through and have the map accessible right there without having to go through the menu, I think was like so underrated. So that's my dream. Better, of course, better performance, all that good stuff. But I want that bad boy to look like that. As of said, I didn't steal it. I just got it on a 90% discount. SOC and I are different sides of the same coin. Y'all are. This is on the Switch. Oh no, I may need to go cloud for that to work. You know what? This is one of the things we're going to have to look and see if the cloud, if it's going to be okay. If it's not going to be a cloud, I'll never buy it. But if it's on Steam, I think probably the direction I'll go once it's on sale. That's good. Yeah, it do like the what they've shown so far. I mean, the game looks really, really good. I'm definitely a big fan of what it looks like and the direction so far. If the story matches, oh man, that's all I want. I want because the combat look good. I just want a good story to match. He's a cowboy kicker, missed another one. Golly, he fired. Jerry Jones is probably peeing on himself. I just need to see someone else get into Sally's house on Hogwarts. Is likely a buy for me during the first sale. Yeah, agreed. Like this got to be on sale. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick it. I like Harry Potter. I think it was a pretty good series. A remake of the 3DS XL monitor, that would be cool. I like the 3D effect too. Oh, I doubt they do the 3D effect, even though I'm a big fan of the 3D because Street Fighter and 3D was good. Super Mario Land was super good in 3D. I mean, they had some great games, and that 3D effect, it worked, especially on the newer 3DS. They just perfected it. It was good. Say, I want another DS. A Switch with 2 screens is going to be bigger than a Steam Deck. And he said, you think it's going to be portable? Ha! I say nay to a Switch DS. If it flips, Bendez says trash, 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 trash. That's what I want. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it 100. Do I think it's gonna happen? Absolutely not. But I think it would be, to me, it would be dope, especially if they can make it thin enough. And that would be dope. Close it, dock it, get the same experience. Because I do miss that. I always like that bottom that touch. The bottom touchscreen can be like it can just be capacitive. Just so it showed me information that I'm currently looking at through the game that I don't got to go through my menu and look at. I think that's dope. But I know we can all agree to disagree. All right, let's get out of that. I heard this game was dirt cheap on Steam. Let's see how much. I think it was like $10. In my face, available for a 70% discount. Right up SOC's alley. Matter of fact, until January 26th, you can bag the Division 2 on Steam for $9 USD. $9. Now a massive discount as so far. As the Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, and Rainbow Six developer announces once again that the Skull... Oh, man, who cares about Skull and Bones? That game was supposed to have been out years ago. Will be delayed and cancel 3 unannounced projects. Man, listen, just go ahead and cancel Skull and Bones. Nobody gonna buy that game. Nobody. But I think Division 2 for $9 is a pretty good deal. If you haven't played it, it might be worth it. Europe, Uno is the next Nintendo Switch online game trial. All right, I think you know what? I think I might just pick this one up because I think me and my family would definitely play this one. You can't go wrong with Uno on any level. Uno on the iPhone, Uno on the Switch, Uno in your car. 2023 Dice Award nominations announced. Let's see who got the nods. All right, Game of the Year: Elden Ring, God of War, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, Vampire Survivors. Family Game of the Year: Disney, Kirby, Lost in Play, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Womp, womp, womp. RPG of the Year: Elden Ring, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, World of Warcraft. Now, Action Game of the Year: Bayonetta 3, Sifu. Sifu. You know what? It's kind of like it's kind of like it. You know what? Everything is on here. You kind of like almost mirrored from the Game Awards. Maybe it's a different outcome. You never know. Outstanding achievement in game direction: Elden Ring, God of War, Tunic, Horizon Forbidden West, Immortal. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Online Game of the Year. Golly, got an online Game of the Year too. Mobile Game of the Year. Can't buy none of that. I'm playing no Marvel Snap. Outstanding achievement for independent game: Tunic. That's my pick. All right, so when the Dice Awards is when? It should be coming up. I think Pack East is getting ready to come up, so it's usually around Pack East. The Dice Awards ceremony will be live streamed on Thursday, 23rd of February, from the Resorts World in Las Vegas. So, Quade, you know, it's going to be out there your way. A total of 61 game releases in 2022 are nominated. If it's going to be a live stream, I don't want they're going to, have any world premieres. That's the Dice Awards later next month. I'm trying to think of anything else. Don't care about that Zelda. Is anybody on my faculty? This is a good question. Is anybody gonna pick up this Switch? Listen, as much as I like Zelda, nope. It's just not appealing enough. Especially in this age where you know something else is coming. It's like I'm not getting I did one special edition, and that was the Mario one, because I thought the all red was dope. And that's it. That's it. I'm not doing nothing else. So I'm not picking this up. I wanted some of you guys picking it up. But look at some of these other ones. Like, low key, man, that 2DS down there in the right corner, man, listen. That 2DS was the truth. I bought that for my kids, man, and I think they still have it. It never broke. And they were like terrorists with them things. that SP right there, another classic. It's a great design of system. That system was great. I remember that 3DS. I didn't pick it up, but that's a nice 3DS. So in comparison, it's a pretty system. It's like if I didn't own a Switch, and I was like, oh man, I just want to get one. Of course, I'll get that Zelda one, but man, I'm not. GT said I will pick up a Zelda skin for my Steam Deck. You so blasphemous, man. That's so funny though. Nintendo is cringing at you like, man, who is this guy? Guerrilla Tactics. They're gonna send the ninjas after you. Let's see. I thought this was like kind of interesting because you know what? I remember, when they bought 5% of Nintendo, they just bought another percent. That's what they do. They kind of sneakily keep investing, getting their holes on Nintendo shares and stocks, and which is good for me because, you know, as they invest more, they make the stock a little bit more attractive, and so people keep buying. And I'm going to keep buying too. So, you know, I just keep that They went from 5.01% to 6.7%. So they bought 1.6% more of Nintendo shares. Tell you, pay attention. You know, when companies when they get to a double-digit size, and companies like, you know, the companies that we, you know, we kind of love and respect, you know, you got to be careful. I'm not saying they're gonna have to do anything, you know, harmful, but you know, when you own so much shares, you know, you got power, because you can say, look, I can sell my shares and be out, and then they'll cause a ripple effect throughout the company. So be careful, be mindful of that. But I still say buy Nintendo shares; it's worth it. The Switch Pro. Okay, well, no, we're gonna talk about that either. We know it has a big problem. At first I looked at this controller and I was like, man, I don't know. After seeing it on the Switch, I was like, man, that thing look like the Steam Deck. But I kind of want one. But they sold out everywhere. You can't find it. So you can't even find it on their main website. I was like, man, what's going on with that? Mendes is going to team up with those ninjas like Storm Shadow and Cobra. Da-da-da-da-da, Yo, Joe. Yeah, fight for freedom whenever there's trouble. G.I. Joe was there. G.I. Joe. Good cartoons, man. Good cartoons. I don't know what you even talking about. I tell you, Gaming Dad, these people are ridiculous. I put out a short on Google Stadia controller is getting Bluetooth support. They said I'm lying. That's not. Yeah, man, people just crazy. Nintendo ninjas are coming after me. You know, you want to team up with them. You'll be one of the ninjas singing reggaeton. Oh man, too funny. CMG, the people liked my video, then they unlike it. Is that? I can't with these haters, man. Listen, YouTube land, man, and TikTok land, man. It's a crazy place. It's not like a controller is getting Bluetooth support is even something worth lying about. Agreed. But you know what, man? People who are not informed, man, that's what they do. They just get on here and they say all kind of crazy stuff. But I like this controller for some reason, you know, because, you know, I'm a big fan of the GameCube. I just wonder how it plays. I always wonder how this D-pad plays. But, you know, who knows? All right, good people. Listen, we went over it's not a whole lot of news to even get excited for this week. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and skip this thing. Okay, now I don't want to talk about that either. All right, let's get into the wheel, ladies and gentlemen. It is 10:24 p.m. time. Thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. We got 25 people on some wheels. So still, if you have not made it onto the wheel yet, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to jump in the chat so I can put your name on the board. If not, I'm going to go ahead and get started. You know how we do. We will pick a name until you are out of here. So who's going to be the first to catch that lovely, lovely horn tonight? But first, Mendez says, if I don't like it, I don't like it. That don't mean that I'm hating common sense. Okay, I can agree to that. Facts. All right, good people. Let's get it in where we fit in. So how many there? It is 25 names tonight. And the first one to catch the lovely horn of The Price is Right is newcomer to the street tonight, world's #1 Zelda player. You are out of here. But you gotta ride. Peace out. Thanks for coming out tonight. Sorry you had to be first one out, but we're down to 24. Let's keep it going and rolling. Who's up next to catch the flex and hit those sweet tones of Peter Griffin? Oh, it looks like it's gonna be Mendez. Mendez, your first one is out of here. All right, who's up next? Who's up next to catch the flex and be our first official loser of the night? And it will be my guy, Ruben.
You lose.
Ruben is out of here, ladies and gentlemen. You have bit the dust, but we thank you for hanging out with us today. Come back and check us out next week. I think we're streaming on Monday. I just don't know. I got to figure out. Don't know the playoff schedule. Once I know the playoff schedule, guys, I'll let you know. But right now, we're aiming to stream next Monday as scheduled. All right. We'll keep it rolling and flowing. Who's up next to catch the flex and get up out of here? And that person will be, newcomer to the stream tonight, Aaron White Knight. You out of here. All right. We're down to 21. Let's go down to 20 real quick before we start looking at comments. And who's next to kind of get their eject button? Oh, look at there. Look at there. Oh. Our moderator tonight, SOC, is out of here. Please give him his eject button. All right, we'll keep it rolling and flowing. Who's up next to catch the flex? We're down to 20. We'll go to 19 and then we'll look at comments. Who's up next? Look like it's close. It's close. Quick. Get out of here, buddy. Get out of here. Peace out. All right, good people, down to 19 people. Let's look at some of these comments. D1 says, gonna watch The Last of Us once I get the sound bite. Sight. Long username. That's what I'm saying, Gritted Tactics. Get them out of here like them boys. Good night, my brother. You have a good one and a blessed one. All right, let's keep it rolling and scrolling. We're down to 19 people. Let's see who's up next to catch the flex and get this horn tonight. And it will be, my guy, Frankie J, is out of here. Since Frankie J has been in a long time, he gets the full gamut.
You suck.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
You suck. You're a loser. Loser.
All right. On that note, we off to the next. We're down to 18 people on the stream. 18 people left in the winner circle. Let's see who's up next. Who would it be? Oh, it looks like it's Courtney. Courtney, you are
out of here.
Peace out. All right, let's keep it rolling and strolling. Who's up next to catch the flex? And it will be, what did the sheep say? Steve M. And you and the Packers. What did the sheep say? Steve M was out of here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, who's up next? Let's hit that wheel. Down to 16 people. 16. 1-6. And it will be D1.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get
Nothing.
You lose.
Good day, sir. Good day, D1. Let's look at the comments real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at the comments. Quay ain't even stick around to congratulate the winner. What a hater. I know, right? Mendez needs all the sound bites. He's been on a losing streak for over a year now. He has been. It's been a year. Gaming Dad, did you find new sounds yet? No, I didn't. I was supposed to do it this week, but I'm looking at my to-do list and it's right there. But shoot, man, basketball, man, be having me everywhere. I'm gonna work on it, man. I promise you, because I gotta get some new ones in there. All right, let's keep it going. We're down to 15 people. 15. And ladies and gentlemen, our new winner tonight will be, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my man. Gonna attack this in the building, ladies and gentlemen. He's our winner tonight, but you know what we do.
psych!
Better luck next time. Slugheads.
All right, Grid Attack is off the board, ladies and gentlemen. He's on there twice, though. We keep it rolling and strolling. We're down to 14 people left. There's 14. Who's up next to catch that flex and be our second loser of the night? And it will be former winner Dave Williams.
You lose.
Is out of here. Down to 13. Lucky 13. Who would that be? Give it up for my son Josh.
Better luck next time. Slugheads.
All right, Josh is off the board. Dang, Josh, no suit for you. All right, we keep it rolling and strolling. Who's up next to catch the flex and get up out of here with the sweet tones of The Price is Right? Last week's winner, who did not claim her prize, Candy, is out of here. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That means it will be a new winner tonight, and we're gonna go down to 10 for the win. Who is up next? And it will be first his wife, now is Vic. He is out of here. All right, we're down to 10 people, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the comments real quick. Oh, man. Good day. Crazy, I just hate Splatoon. That's not me. That's Snuggles. Oh, man. Snugglelicious. All right. We're down to 10 people, ladies and gentlemen. 10 people left. Who's up next to get their eject button tonight? And it looks like it's going to be Super MJ. Please exit left. Super MJ is off the board, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through, my brother, for another mother. But he's still on the board with Super Sonic Knuckletails. All right. We're down to 9. And it will be representing the Chi-Town. CT is out of here, ladies and gentlemen. We're down to 8. Don't be late for that date of that mate. And it's Mendez's lovely girlfriend, JC98. You lose. You're a loser. So I'm saying, but you're out of here. You are out of here, young lady. Thank you for coming through, though. Appreciate you. All right, we're down to 7, the number of completion. And let's see who's up next to catch the flex. And that will be representing Twitch in the building. Butternogs23 is out of here. We'll keep the party rolling. Down to 6 people, ladies and gentlemen. That wheel is still spinning. Still spinning. Up next to catch the flex, it will be my brother from another mother, Cool Breeze, is officially out of here. Butternog says, go through some comments real quick. Super Sonic MJ said, the used Cartman, screw you guys. I'm going home as a bite. All right, that'll work. Yeah, I'm going to look for that tonight. Those sound effects kill me every time. Man, they never get old, man. Never get old. But a nice thing, Gamey Dad. No problem, my brother. No problem. But Cool Breezy. Yeah, we're down to our final 5, ladies and gentlemen. Who will make the final 4? Who will get the soundbite next? And it looks like it's going to be Guerrilla Tactics. Guerrilla Tactics off the board, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're down to the final 4, and look who's there. CMG. Sonic Knuckles Tails, a.k.a. Super MJ. And Mendez is back in the final 4 again. Who will get the W tonight? If I win, who would I give it to? Who will I give it to? If I win tonight, I'm giving it to newcomer. You know what? Nah, I'm giving it to Frankie J, my guy. Frankie J will get the dub if I win tonight. So let's see. The final 4 has started. Who's next? Catch the flex. And get some of that Price is Right love. And it will be your boy, Gaming Dad. And I'm out of here. Gotta beat it. I'm off the board tonight. We're down to the final three, ladies and gentlemen. It will be Mendez, CMG, and Sunday Knuckle. All right. Who's up next to catch the flex? And it will be my guy, CMG. Please exit left. CMG is off the board, ladies and gentlemen. And we're down to our final two. Thanks, CMG, for coming through, man, hanging out with us. Let's go through the comments before we get started. Grid Detective says, if Kubrick gets blown off the wheel, does he blow himself? Take how you want to take it. The revenge of Cool Breeze. Too soon, GT. Too soon. I'm out, folks. Uh-oh. Down to 3. Good evening, my friend. You too, my brother. You too, my brother. Anyone but Mendez. I'm out of there. Again, on top 2. He said, I'm pulling a Quay just in case. The wheel went really quick. Yeah, listen, we was humping and jumping right quick through. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it on with my drum. Where's Nick Cannon and drumline at? Oh, Nick Cannon, please hit them drums, please. And tonight, our winner will be, oh my goodness, Mendez with his first dub of the year. Give it for Mendez, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday Knuckle tells, man, you so close again, but you are out of here. Kids, give it up for Mendez for his first win in over a year. Mendez, you know what to do, my brother, man. Send me that message on your social media of choice. They say, "Give me that with my money," and I would get that. He said, "About time." Yeah, but you was winless in 2-2. Came out in January in 2-3 with the dub. Oh man. Grid Attack says absolutely not. Supersonic Mike and J says GGA on D. Already DM'd you, bro. I appreciate you. I'll get that to you between today and tomorrow. It said, boy, y'all too funny. All right, good people, man. Listen, another wonderful stream, man. Thank y'all for hanging out with me, man. God bless you guys, man. And I hope that God be with you guys throughout the week. Hopefully y'all keep him first in your life. But Mendez did get the dub tonight. Shout out to him. Well, I'm glad this was a blessing. Let me know what you get, Mendez, with your $10. You might want to buy your girl a little game or something. This is your boy Gaming Dad, man. Thank y'all. God bless y'all. Hope y'all have a wonderful week. And you know how I like to end my stream in the words of Don Cornelius from Soul Train. I love how he ends his show. I try to end my show the same way. Ladies and gentlemen, after I get out of here, have a good week, and our guys will see you soon. Don't forget, your boy is dropping videos this week. Be on the lookout. It should be between 2 and 3 videos. I'm aiming for 3. I got 1 edited, 1 almost done, and then I hope I can get this 3rd one in there. Be coming out this week. Be on the lookout. This is your boy, Gaming Dad, and I'm out. Peace, love, and soul. Man, that's too funny. He said, I hope he holds that card hostage.